I kept seeing, sorry, I'm just before you say anything, I'm seeing somebody, I'm seeing like a man, but I feel like he's far away. Like I'm seeing a kind of, I'm seeing a man and it feels like a soul connection, but he's at a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost like you haven't met
Yeah, we've not
yeah,
met.
yeah, you haven't met.
Yeah, we haven't met.
Yeah, I thought so, but I see this man and I see you seeing him and going, oh my God, this is the person. Like
Yeah.
yeah, there's this kind of profound, but is he in a different country? Because whenever I've seen you on this cliff, I can see another land in the distance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's in a different country. Um, oh my God, my heart is like really, you know what? I feel, okay. Do you want to give me just his name, just his first name?
Uh, I don't want to.
Okay, okay. It just helps me kind of get more into their energy so I know that what they're feeling, you know.
Uh, would it help if I told you his profession?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Musician?
Okay, okay. Okay. So I feel like this is a person who's very it's almost like I feel it's interesting because I feel like he's hyper masculine, like there's a masculinity about him, but he's also like super romantic. Like there's a real romance, like almost like I'm seeing him like a knight or something. Like he has a kind of big romantic gesture about him, and I'm not sure if this reflects in the music, but it feels to me like there's this kind of expression within him, this like love and like oh my god, and he's far away, as
Mm-hmm.
in he's not in the same place as you,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like beautiful, has a real expression, like a real kind of depth of expression.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been feeling this pull, like it feels to me like it's intensified recently, like it's a recent
Yeah.
intensification of this pull, but you haven't met him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel that he knows you yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like he's not someone you know. I feel like this might be a famous person. Like he feels like he has a big place in the world, you know, already.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, oh God, when I tune into him, he's like such a generous performer.
Mm-hmm.
So like live, he's this like well of generosity and like expression and but there's something about like for some reason they're telling me heartbreak. Heartbreak. My heart breaks. My heart breaks. Like I don't know if he's just gone through heartbreak.
Oh, me or him?
Him, like I feel like there's something about it that's heartbreak. There's heartbreak involved. So whether it's you or him, the word heartbreak is important.
Okay.
There is a connection, like I want to say, because I see when I see you both, I see him and I see a thread and it comes from his heart and it's coming to you and you're feeling that and you feel it in your belly, in your sacral chakra. So this is part of the Kundalini, like there's a very strong sexual thing going on. Like that chaos that you feel, like it's awakening a desire in you, which is wonderful and healthy and beautiful. And like that's really part of what this is about. Because I see this, it's interesting, I see like from him, he expresses through his heart. So he has like almost like a tunnel, like a vortex coming from his heart. And then it kind of branches off into two, and one end of it goes into your sacral chakra, and one end of it goes into your heart chakra. So there's an emotional connection and there's a sacral connection. You have seen there's something within this person that you feel their heart, and also there's a strong attraction. But I feel like this, it's interesting, like to me, he feels static. You know, like he's not moving at the moment. Like I don't know if he's not on tour or he's like not doing anything. But I feel like this kind of stillness with him, which is interesting. It's like an interesting image. It's like he's frozen on the stage, like in mid-expression. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really a strange image. Like he's beautiful. My God, like these cheekbones and like gorgeous man, like really really gorgeous. I can't see who it is. Like, they're showing me the elements of you know this kind of like he's quite sexy and there's a romance about him, but there's this sort of still, there is a connection between you both, but it feels to me like he's still, like he's in stillness, like he's frozen, like he's not kind of really moving around at the moment. He's not like touring, or if he is touring, he's in quite a kind of almost like in a frozen space. Because I see him, like the image that they're showing me of him is like mid this amazing gesture on stage, and then like froze. He's freezing, which is really interesting. It's like I'm not quite sure what to make of it. Like it feels to me almost like he's kind of frozen in time, and yet there's this love, like the tunnel of the kind of energy is not gone, like it's not stopping, the energy is not stopping. So there's this kind of beautiful like exchange of energy still happening, despite the fact that he's like, you know what, at the moment I'm out, like I'm not like, it's a really strange, I don't know, like whether he's not in the public eye, or like he's not going out there and being like, maybe he's writing, or he's at home a lot, or there's something that means that he's not actually on stage, or he is on stage but he's like frozen. It's so weird. It's such a strange symbol. Very strange symbol. Okay. Like he's quite famous, isn't he? He's like really famous, really famous person. Like it's not like a little band or something. Like this is like a star. Could you give me his initials, or an initial, one initial? Because then it'll give me a bit more of it, then I can be like this person and ask my guides for like a kind of specific outcome with them, you know?
Okay. First initial is P.
Okay. I thought it was P. I thought it was P.
You thought it was P?
Yeah. Well, I see a strong connection. I do see a strong connection. For some reason, he's still frozen. So, like, if you were to meet him, I feel like you'd meet him almost like in another world. Such a strange image that I'm getting of like this, almost meeting in like a non-human, yeah, I don't know, it's interesting, I'm just getting this like feeling with him of like, he's got these really knowing eyes, hasn't he? His eyes are like deep, really deep, beautiful eyes. God, it's amazing, I love him. But I feel like he's on a journey, like he's in a new place, you know, like I feel like he's kind of in a new place within himself. Like it feels to me like he's kind of like he's really focused on him and on his work, and on like I feel like his spirit is really generous, but actually if you were to meet him as a person, he's like quite private and doesn't kind of want a sort of yeah, like he kind of, I feel like he is married to his work. I see like a crown. He's wearing a crown for some reason. He's like the king. Okay, so I want to kind of tune in. I feel like there will be spaces where you'll be in the same place, for sure. But I mean, is this something that you really like? Have you got like a personal? Because I don't feel like when I'm tuning in, I don't feel like there's a personal connection with him. Like I don't feel like you have a friend who knows him, or anything like that in particular. Like it feels like distant. Like there's a distance between you. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if, like he's distant from you. He's far away, and okay. I just want to see. Is there going to be an introduction? I want to ask. I see this connection with you both, right? But whenever I'm seeing the connection, I see it like in the sky. I don't see it on the earth, which is interesting. So it says to me that perhaps this isn't like a kind of a relationship that's going to materialize on this planet Earth. He's very successful. Like, I would say, in fact, that on the planet, his purpose has been to be successful, and it will continue like to be about being successful. Like success is like recognition, accolades. Like this is kind of what he's here for, and his personal. But then again, I feel like he's going on a journey. Like he's not even, you know. It's really interesting. It's like Like he's going on a personal journey, and success is kind of absolutely success is kind of the name of the game for him. Like he's had a big shock, he has, or he's like had a big breakup or something. Like it's definitely kind of a like lightning bolt situation of like, oh god. And I just feel like he at the moment is in a place of like recuperating from that. You know, and like he worked really hard. It was almost like maybe he's had exhaustion issues. You know, it feels like exhaustion, and that he's just kind of recuperating after that. And I think that's maybe the frozenness that I saw, is that he is in a place where he was like really kind of in a rock, between a rock and a hard place, and exhausted, and then like fucking the shit hit the fan in some capacity. So he's having to rest after it, you know. But the love, like for what he does, is still there, and you know it will continue, like the magic and love. But at the moment, he feel, you know, whenever I see him alone. I see him alone, wearing a cloak, like with a staff, like on a journey. I'm gonna see if I get a clear one on how your path's gonna cross. I feel a strong yes in my heart. I feel a yes, and it feels like you have a camera, so it feels like it could be relating to taking photographs. So there's something, again, maybe this could be that the creative energy is the thing that's connecting you both. But it feels to me like, right. I don't know why, but I keep getting the words in another lifetime. In another lifetime. You're going to be together in another lifetime. So whether that means that it'll be like 10 years before you meet, you know, because like that is literally another lifetime, you know, it feels like another lifetime. Like he is there and he's kind of got this light and he's like, come on, it's time now. And again, I keep seeing him on this cliff and I'm seeing you both together on the cliff. But there's something about him, it's almost like he's a ghost. It's really strange. It's like his energy comes to you and there's this strong connection and then it goes. Like I want to say, actually, having seen this image, that his energy does come to you, so you dream about him and there's a strong, profound connection. There really is. Like that's real and very, very true. But it's not like, oh, this is going to be my lover, this is going to be my husband, I'm going to have kids with him and have to do the laundry with him. Like it's more than that. It's actually more exciting than that. It's more like a spiritual connection that is inspiring you to express everything you can as a soul embodied on the earth. And when I see this man, he's floating above you now. Attached to you by the heart. It's a really odd image. Like, and what that says to me is, yes, there's a profound connection. He may not be your like physical lover on this plane in this lifetime, but there is a profound heart connection where he's almost feeding you. He's feeding that like yes, trust yourself. Yes, do it. Yes, be who you are on this earth. This is his purpose in your life. When I see it, I see this laughter and like recognition, and he's got his arm around you and he's like, hey, and there's a kind of like real fondness and a real connection. I want to leave you with like, this is not a delusion. And for some reason I keep seeing him on this like big throne covered in like velvet with a crown on, with like a staff. I'm getting a no for the physical aliveness. Okay. No, he's not physically alive. Is he here in this room right now? Whoever this being is here. Like really here. Because I was feeling like, this is I think where I got my mediumship song. When I hear the song, You Are My Sunshine, that's as soon as it pops into my head, I know that the spirits are present. Like it's just always been the way. Is this person alive in a way that Andrea, because she's so sensitive, is seeing, feel like, yeah. So what it is that you know that this person's energy has not shifted. Like, it's still there, he's still alive. for some reason I'm seeing like this big throne and a crown, and he's like, I'm alive. It's really a weird, interesting energy, like a strange. So I feel like the physical manifestation was just a tiny, 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 tiny fraction of who he really is, and he's saying that like it's fine now. I'm like actually able to be in my bigness, and that he's saying that the physical constraints that he had on earth really, really deeply frustrated him because he wanted to create all the time. He wanted to always, always, always be. He thought something. He was used to thinking things into being, and he's feeling now that like the physical constraints were just too much. Like this is why he passed. Like I have no idea who this person was. I'd love to know, but I feel like the physical constraints were too tough on him. Do you know what I mean? Like it was just, he's saying like it was too much. It was doing my head in. Like I was so fucking sick of it that like honestly I felt like I just wanted to go. And he's saying that like he didn't kill himself, but that I don't feel like this person's committed suicide, but there was a process that happened that led to his death that he was responsible for. So he was responsible for his own death. And he's saying, I was just fucking sick of it. Like I just didn't want that kind of pressure. Like he felt his physical body always constrained him, sexually speaking. In his sexuality, he was not a happy human in a way, because his physical being, he's saying, was like, oh, I'm so sick of this. Like, oh God, do I have to be in this body? Like, this was always the feeling. Like, he never felt comfortable in his body, even though I feel like his body was beautiful and he was like a gorgeous man. There was something always a little bit like, oh, no, this isn't quite right. Like, I don't feel good in this body. I want to be out of it. And he's showing me that, like, his only avenue to deal with that was through music and creativity, but that he would meet frustrations there because he couldn't, literally time was against him. Like he didn't have all the time to do all the things that he wanted to do. And so he's saying that there's a deep sense of regret because there was like, oh God, I had so much more to give, and like they never even saw me. Oh my God, this is such an interesting thing. So he's saying that they didn't even see what I was capable of. Like I'm capable of so much more now. I'm not constrained, because the thing is that he had this huge connection to the spirit realm, to the divine, huge connection. He's saying like I always knew what I was capable of, and the frustrations that came with not being able to express that fully on planet Earth because of constraints. Like he's saying, I could hear notes that weren't even there, I could see colours that weren't there, and I wanted to bring that divine energy onto the earth, and there was a constraint through the material world. So he's saying like, this is how he's feeling now since his death. Like interesting. He's saying that like basically that it was a physical kind of constraint, that he was sick of it. He was really, really sick of it. Like, oh God, there's just not like, there's not enough instruments on the planet to have created what he wanted to create. And he's saying that there was a lot of like fear and anger towards the end of his life, like with people around him. So I think that there were people who didn't necessarily have his best interests at heart, like people close to him, I'd say family, friends, business people, didn't have his best interests at heart. And he's saying that basically like what that meant was that he was kind of constantly in this place of frustration because he never felt understood or heard by people. So he had to create like his own kind of thing to be able to get through that. And he's saying that like he feels regret that he's not there anymore because he had lots more to express, but at the same time he's not bound by physical constraint, but that he's saying, I'm still embodied. He's saying this word, like I am still embodied, and what Andrea's feeling is my embodiment. He's like, I'm still embodied. I still have a fucking body. I'm still like, he's saying, like, he's showing me that image that you had of him in an SUV driving. And he's like, yeah, I'm driving my own fucking car. I have my own body. I am embodied, but I'm not where I was. I'm in a different space. It feels to me like he's not quite, it's interesting. I feel like he's not quite past, he's not quite in a different, like he's still him. Whoever this person was, he's still him. Still this person. He's saying that's where he's pointing, at the computer that you are on. He's pointing at your image and he's like, we're the same. Like me and you, we're the same beings. We're the same. The reason you feel this is because we are the same. We're from the same place. It's interesting. It's like got a very strong energy, like super strong energy. Usually when I channel, when I have, it's kind of images of people, but he feels like he's literally next to me, like this really powerful energy, like super strong. And this, I feel like this is what he's saying about you. He's like, she feels it, she knows it, she understands it, she gets what I was about, who I was. Not everybody gets it. Not everybody understands the extent of it. This is why Andrea feels like this. It's not Prince, is it? Because this is totally who I'm feeling.
Yeah.
It is Prince, right? Because I was totally like, fuck, this totally feels like Prince. This feels like Prince's energy. Because I've been to see Prince tons of times. Like I know his energy. If this totally feels like Prince, like it's really an interesting experience. But I feel like Prince is really right next to me, speaking to me, telling me all these things, like telling me them to tell you. Really clear, like I honestly, like I'm like, you can't see me, but I'm leaning over in the chair because the energy is so strong. Like I'm like having to lean backwards because the energy is really, really intense. And I feel that he is like, he's pulling back a little bit now, I think maybe because I said that, but like he's smiling, there's a smile. He's like, you know, she's me and I'm her, and she knows that, which is why she feels this connection. And he's saying, I was misunderstood, not everybody got it. What I was trying to express while I was here on earth, he feels that he failed at that expression. He knows he made amazing work, but he's saying what I was here to express on the planet, they didn't fucking understand it, but you understood it. He's like, you understood it, and this is why you feel this so strongly. I am here. He says, I am here. And he's very much here, like he's moving around the room. Like it's difficult to express, like it's so vivid. He's so here. His energy is like right here in the room, like in his body. Like when he's saying, I'm embodied, I'm embodied. He's saying it, he means it, he's like, I'm embodied. But he's also angry, like he's angry because there was a transgression around him. There was something, and he's saying like, they're gonna fucking find out, but there was a transgression, like someone wasn't okay, like there was, you know, like I don't know whether it's like something to do with money, someone was stealing from him, someone was fucking giving him, like there was something that was not right about somebody close to him, and he's angry about that, and he feels angry because, but he also takes responsibility because he does believe that he contributed to cutting his life short. And there's a frustration because this is so interesting because I think that Prince was the ultimate expression in the world, you know. But what he's saying to me is that he did not fully express what he was here to express on the planet, and he's kind of like kicking himself and he's walking around the room like with a total attitude, like so fucking pissed off about this. Like, why didn't I not express that? And then he's pointing at it and he's like, you have to keep it going. You have to do it. This is your job. Like your job, and this is why he's been coming to you. Like he's like, your expression is that. Your expression is that like there is no such thing as race. We're all one, you know? And he's saying it again, he's like, I fucking tried so hard to tell them, and still they're calling me a black musician, whereas I just was me. Like this is what he's saying to me. It's so interesting. Wow. It's like he has a mission for you. And the mission involves you showing up every single day and showing up as you are and being really, really candid. And he's saying to me, like, she should get on video. He's saying to me, get on video, you need to be on screen, you need to be expressing that big heart of yours. He's showing me your heart and he's like, it's so big, it's so big, it's so big, and she doesn't let anybody see it. This is what he's saying to me. He's saying, it's so big, it's such a big heart, doesn't let anybody see it. Doesn't let anybody see it. And that's through not being understood in the world and being different. And you have to understand your difference is your gift. That thing that you think means you can't stand up in front of people and be on video and be seen is exactly the thing that means you can. It's exactly what takes you apart from everybody else. So own it and be it. Be that different thing. Be the difference. Be the uniqueness. Don't be afraid to stand and be completely yourself and go, this is who I am. And this is, he's saying it with a degree of urgency. Like, I want to be really clear that this is not something you can start next year. This is something that has to begin today. You know, really, really today. Like, take it on. Like, I feel like he's transmitting energy to you right now. And he's like, just start it. Just start it. Just start. Really do it. Like, be it, live it, live it, live it, live it every day. He's like, everything I did, I fucking lived it every single day. I was like, this is who I am in the world, and I'm going to live it, and I'm living it, and I'm living it for love. Like, this is what he's saying to me. I'm living it for love. I'm being it every day. I'm being it. I'm being it. Oh my God, you're not going to believe this. My actual floorboards just creaked as though someone's walking across them. This is really strange.
I can't hear you.
My floorboards just creaked as though somebody was walking across them. Like, completely creaked. It's really interesting.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I just had new floorboards put in, and they just creaked like but somebody was taking a step across them. And I felt the energy leave.